Is moving to Cave Creek, Arizona actually the lifestyle upgrade that people say that it is? Or are you about to make a very expensive decision based on beautiful photos and a really good vibe? Sometimes when people come across Cave Creek, they fall in love with the desert scenery, the western feel, the open space, and they're ready to make a move before they've really dug into what daily life actually looks like here. And I get it, Cave Creek is genuinely one of the more unique places in the entire Phoenix metro, but it's not for everyone, and I'd much rather tell you that up front than have you call me 6 months after closing wondering why nobody mentioned a few of these things. I had a couple reach out to me last year. They'd been living in a high-rise in Denver and dreaming of the desert. And their first question when they drove into Cave Creek was, wait, is this it? Not in a bad way, they just didn't know really what to expect before moving to Cave Creek, Arizona, and there were a few surprises. That conversation is basically why I'm making this video. Hi, welcome back. I live and work in Northeast Phoenix, right along the border of North Scottsdale and Cave Creek, in some of the most sought-after communities in this whole corner of the valley. Desert Ridge, Greyhawk, DC Ranch, Tatum Ranch, Dove Valley Ranch. These are my neighborhoods. And today I'm going to give you the real, honest, real picture of Cave Creek. So if it's on your list, you walk into it with your eyes completely open. So let's get into it. What Cave Creek is really like and who's it really for? So let me start here because the Cave Creek lifestyle is genuinely different from anything else in the Phoenix metro area. And that's the whole point. Living in an Arizona desert town like Cave Creek is not the same as living in Scottsdale, not the same as living in Phoenix. It's a small western feeling community of about 5,000 people sitting right on the edge of the Tonto National Forest where the Sonoran Desert gets rugged and the mountains start to feel serious. There's no big box retail strips, no dense suburban grids. What you have instead is wide open desert land, big sky, winding roads, and a pace of life that is genuinely slower and quieter than anywhere else in the valley. The vibe here is Old West mixed with artsy desert cool. You've got cowboy bars, saloons, live music on the weekends and evenings, local galleries, western shops, and probably more places to buy boots and hats than anywhere outside of Texas. Local business owners know their regulars by name. Your neighbors wave. There's a real sense that people choose this place on purpose and they're happy that they did. Why so many people are moving to Cave Creek comes down to this. They want their life to feel more spacious, peaceful, and grounded. Not because it's the most convenient location in the metro, because it's not, but because when you come home here, it actually feels like you got away from something. Let's get real about the weather. I'm going to tell you what I tell every single person considering this area, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Is Cave Creek a good place to live? For a big chunk of the year, absolutely yes. But the summer is the thing that genuinely separates the people who thrive here from the people who don't. Cave Creek sits at a slightly higher elevation than Central Phoenix, which helps a small amount, but June through September, you're still looking at temperatures hitting 100 to 110 degrees on a regular basis. This is not 1 or 2 hot days. This is your daily reality for about 3 months. Early mornings and late evenings can be beautiful, but everything in between is you staying inside with the AC running. Now here's the flip side, and this is where living in an Arizona desert town really earns its reputation. From October through April, Cave Creek is stunning. Daytime temperatures in the mid-60s to mid-70s, around 300 days of sunshine annually, and 12 inches of rain per year. The outdoor living here never gets old. The trails are incredible and the evenings are cool and clear. And people who've lived through one full winter here almost never want to go back to snow. My honest take, if you genuinely can't handle the heat and you don't want to spend a few months of the year rearranging your outdoor life around the temperatures, this probably isn't your town. But if you're trading brutal winters for 3 hot months and 8 gorgeous ones, most people end up feeling like that's a pretty good trade. So let's talk about the housing market and what your budget gets you in Cave Creek. This is where expectations and reality need to line up. So let's talk numbers. As of late 2025, the median sales price in Cave Creek sat around $875,000, with the average price per square foot running close to $384. Zillow's latest data puts the average home value at just over $1 million, up about 1.5% over the past year. The listing side of the market shows active inventory with a median listing price around $849,000 and homes sitting on the market for a median of 71 days, which gives buyers genuine room for negotiating right now. What you're buying here is mostly single-family homes on larger lots, horse properties, ranch-style builds, and desert contemporary architecture. Townhomes and condos exist, but they're far less common than you'd find in Scottsdale or Phoenix. There are some planned communities like Tatum Ranch and Dove Valley Ranch with a more traditional neighborhood feel, but most Cave Creek homes sit on larger lots with lots of room between the homes and views. The homes buyers want most are move-in ready, updated with tall ceilings, natural light, outdoor living space, a pool, a patio, a view lot, and room for a home office. One thing I will tell you up front is inventory can be limited, and buyers who struggle are the ones holding out for the perfect view, the perfect floor plan, the perfect price all at once. At least one of those actually has to flex. And the good news is that with extended days on the market compared to peak years, buyers who come in prepared and strategic are finding real opportunity here. If you're actively thinking about moving to Cave Creek, Arizona, or anywhere in this Northeast Phoenix corridor, Tatum Ranch, North Scottsdale, Desert Ridge, and you want to know specifically what your budget actually buys you right now, I'd love to have that conversation. My contact information is right below in the description, and you can also reach me directly at 602-818-1481. Okay, now back to it. Let's talk about the commute, the convenience, and the driving reality. Should you move to Cave Creek? That question comes with a driving question attached. And I want to be upfront with you because the average commute out of Cave Creek runs about 25 minutes, but that number doesn't fully capture the day-to-day reality. Most people who live here are driving into Scottsdale or Phoenix or somewhere else in the valley for work or sports or major shopping, medical appointments. Cave Creek is 100% car dependent. There's no meaningful transit, and while the town has local restaurants and shops and services that are genuinely charming, you're not going to have any big city access at your doorstep. For some people, that's completely fine. They love the idea of being somewhat removed and they don't mind the drive. For others, especially people coming from denser, walkable cities, it's a real adjustment. If you want urban conveniences close by, I would probably steer you into North Scottsdale like Greyhawk, Desert Ridge, before I would put you in Cave Creek. But if the trade-off of a little more driving for a lot more space and quiet sounds fair, you're going to feel right at home here. How about schools, safety, and the small town feel? If you've got kids, here's some genuinely good news. Cave Creek's public schools are well regarded, with most campuses rated A- or better by state standards. That's a real reason families look here rather than going further out into more rural Maricopa County, and it tends to keep demand and home values stable over time. On the safety side, Cave Creek earns an A+ crime safety grade as of 2026. Vehicle theft sits around 77% below the national average. Larceny and theft run 50% below national average. It has the kind of safety profile you'd expect from a small, close-knit community where people genuinely know each other. And that community feel is real. You're going to see the same faces at the grocery store, on the trails, at local events, the coffee shop. The median age here runs around 60, and the community leans towards established, intentional residents who choose this lifestyle deliberately. For some buyers, that sense of belonging and familiarity is one of the biggest draws. For people who prefer anonymity and keeping to themselves, well, that's worth knowing up front as well. So, should you move to Cave Creek? Well, here's the honest version of what to know before moving to Cave Creek, Arizona, wrapped into a simple gut check. You're probably going to love it if you want space, quiet, desert scenery that genuinely takes your breath away. You can handle summer heat. You enjoy outdoor recreation, a part of daily life, hiking, mountain biking, horseback riding. You're okay trading walkable big city convenience for a slower, more intentional pace. Cave Creek Regional Park and Spur Cross Ranch Conservation Area put world-class trails right in your backyard. You might want to look somewhere else if you need a wide variety of housing types at every price point, you want constant nightlife, dining a few minutes away, or the idea of more driving for work, shopping, and medical care already sounds exhausting. None of that is a criticism. It just means a community like Greyhawk and North Scottsdale, Tatum Ranch, Desert Ridge, other communities like that might be a better fit for where you are right now. So when people ask me about moving to Cave Creek, Arizona, my answer is always the same. It really depends entirely on what kind of life you're trying to build. The Cave Creek lifestyle, the space, the desert views, the outdoor living, the slower pace, the community feel is genuinely special. But it comes with real trade-offs, and you deserve to know all of them before making a big decision. What's exciting about this market right now is that the Northeast Phoenix corridor, Cave Creek, Carefree, Tatum Ranch, all the communities in North Scottsdale and Desert Ridge areas, they give you a real range of options depending on your price point, your commute needs, and the lifestyle that actually fits your life. There are some solid opportunities out there for buyers who are ready and come in prepared. Thanks so much for watching. If you're thinking about buying or selling anywhere in this Northeast Phoenix, Scottsdale, Cave Creek corridor, I'd love to talk with you about what's actually available right now. Whether you're relocating from out of state, thinking about a move up, looking at a second home in this part of the valley, I can walk you through exactly what the market looks like and what your budget actually gets you. I'm Tracy Williamson, and I specialize in helping buyers and sellers in the Northeast Phoenix, North Scottsdale, and Cave Creek communities, Desert Ridge, Greyhawk, BC Ranch, Tatum Ranch, Troon, Terra Vita, just to name a few. My contact information is below. You can also reach me directly at 602-818-1481. Whether you're ready to make a move or just starting to figure out where you want to land, I'm here to help and help you do it right. So get in touch and let's figure out if Cave Creek might be your next chapter. And I'll see you in the next video.